Hello, and welcome. It's me, Marls44, and welcome to another Vanguard Zero deck and fight. Today's deck and fight, we got the Regalia goddess herself, because I think she's a goddess, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but Minerva deck. So Genesis, Minerva, very, very strong deck. Some people consider it tier 1. Some people consider it like top tier 2, like top 3, top 4. There are times that I've considered both. Yeah, I love Genesis. I was playing Fortuna a shit ton before Minerva came out, actually. Like, I kind of went... I kind of go between decks sometimes, but the last month, like April, I was playing Fortuna like crazy because... Oh man, I don't know why. I was just on a big Genesis craze. Partially excited because Minerva. Because there's just so many fun decks, right? Sometimes it's hard just to play the same deck over and over. But I was ecstatic for this deck, for Minerva, and all this to come out. And oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There's the Angelica event going on right now, the rank fight for her. So if you don't have enough copies of her, definitely go climbing on ranked. But yeah, so the deck, we're going to get into what the deck does really quick before we do the actual deck profile, before we look into the cards. I usually do it that way. Last time I kind of forgot to do it that way. I did it reverse, but doesn't matter either way. Either way works. So the deck gets some plussing, some added attacks, some insane pressure with restanding Vanguard, quite a bit of decent soul charging without like decreasing your deck too much, and it has retiring as well, and it's really, really strong. So it's got a lot of stuff, and it's just very, very good, very, very strong. Yeah, it's just a crazy good deck. So I'll talk about the trigger lineup in a minute after we look at a few of the cards as well. But first off, we got our big bad boss card. Omniscience. I can't say that. Alright, we're just gonna go Regalia Minerva. Just that first word isn't there. What she does is limit break 4. Once per turn when this unit attacks, it gets the following ability until the end of battle. At the end of the battle, Soul Blast 3, Counterblast 1, and discard 2 cards from your hand to stand this unit. Draw 2 cards, and it gets plus 5k until end of turn. Its other skill is Soul Blast 3 to get plus 5k until end of turn. And its other skill is Cross Ride, Regalia of Wisdom, and Angelica. So it's very, very strong. It's just a Counterblast 1 to be able to restand along with the Soul Blast 3, which is great. And you can't do it like multiple times like Fortuna. So you're not like constantly Soul Blasting 3. You won't have like a huge soul because of that, which is cool too. You'll probably have like 9 in soul or 8 in soul or something like that, but you'll have someone who can soul charge too. And it's very, very good because of that. She's just very strong because of that. That restanding ability and everything. So strong. And also the fact that like when she Soul Blasts, you can get added attacks too. So it's not just the restanding threat, it's the added attacks threat. So your opponent is put in a very scary situation when you do that. Like I had one game where one of my first few games with this deck, mind you, I was playing part of the reason I was playing Fortuna a lot last month too was to get a little more familiar with the deck, to be able to be okay with Minerva once it comes out, and so I wasn't like trying to learn too much. Of course, I understood Fortuna, but it was just playing more matches. You just learn more. You know, you can never stop learning with this game, and that's part of the reason I really love the game. It's sometimes like the skill cap seems very high, and that's part of it, why I love it so much. And of course there's a point where you know things, but yeah. Anywho, that one game I had, I think my opponent was at like 3 damage. They had a PG. Unfortunately, the 2 damage checks that they did were not a trigger. and they tried to bum rush me. Bad idea. I broke Ride Minerva. Angelica over here Soul Blasted 3. And I got to... Because what she does is her limit break 4 is when rode upon Soul Blast 3 to have your Vanguard get plus 10k until end of turn. Look at 4 cards from the top of your deck and add 2 cards to your hand. So now I have cards to my hand. Now I have units that can swing because Minerva had to swing into rear guard before. And because I was pretty much out of cards, I couldn't do much because the hand was just hard to work with completely because I didn't really get it. I didn't pull any draw triggers. I think I might have gotten one, but I think it was a PG. Yeah, it's a PG that I got from it. Or, no, I got one that last turn when I got pushed to 5 damage, by the way. It was 5 I got pushed to. And I think a PG, one of my PGs activated. And then Minerva came in, and I just fucked it up because I got a swing. Oh, on the rear guard. Then I got another swing on the, then I got a swing on the Vanguard. No trigger, okay. Minerva's gonna swing. Oh, look. I get to restand. It hits, of course. Person only had like 2 cards in hand. So chances were that it was only 1 PG, but it could have been 2. It was only 1. Soul Blasted 3. Look, Chamomile. Oh no, I didn't have to boost with the other unit. Let's call Melissa to this, to the other side. Partially because there was already a booster behind it, behind Chamomile where I called. And then it was just kind of done from there. I got like 3 extra attacks. It's kind of done at that point. And yeah, the deck can be terrifying. To me, it felt a little bit like Spectral Duke on steroids. And it's pretty great. Because of the crit, that was why. That's partially why. I think I pulled a crit during that second swing with Minerva too. But anyways, what Angelica does is Vanguard Circle limit break 4 when rode upon. Soul Blast 3 to have your Vanguard get plus 10k until end of turn. Oh yeah, right. I already read what she does. Duh. But when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you Soul Charge 1, get plus 1k. So very good. We need 4 of her as well because she's break right. But Iwanagahime, Eternal Goddess. We're going to run 4 of her as our heal trigger. So the reason we run her as the heal trigger, is because her limit break 4 is Soul Blast 6 to retire all your opponent's front row rear guards. And on Vanguard Circle, you Soul Blast 3 to get plus 5k until end of turn. Second skill doesn't really matter that much. It's that first skill. It's, if you couldn't end it with Minerva, you pop PGs. They have front rows, and they might have 1 PG left in hand, but that might be it. Or that is it, and you know, because maybe they drive check the PG or something. You just ride that. Soul Blast 6, retire the front rows, you get 3 swings. Game over. Yeah, so... And also the Soul Blasting for Regalia can sometimes come in handy. Similar to Fortuna, which, by the way, we run 1 Fortuna as kind of just there. Nothing else to really run. We just run that in case we need to. And it becomes more bum rushy a bit until you get Minerva. But pretty much the reason we run crits instead of stands is because Fortuna you get to keep checking. But for Minerva, she's a restanding Vanguard, so the crit's a lot more threatening. And you can't run too many draws because it's Genesis. So while the stands could be helpful, even with just one thing swinging and another thing swinging, you're going to Superior Call Chamomile and Melissa, like you do with Fortuna. So the catch there is, it just, the crits just work better. The crits just work better for pressuring. Crits are getting very strong right now, as well for some decks, and this is one of them because of all the pressure with the restanding Vanguard on top of, being able to have Iwanagahime Soul Blast 3 to retire front rows, and then added in extra attacks. You get to retire stuff, and you're not as concerned about having too much soul as you did with Fortuna to be able to Soul Blast a lot. And the crits just... It's hard to exactly explain, I feel like, but the crits work a lot better for Minerva than stands do. I don't think stands would be a bad option, but the crits definitely work 10 times better. So there's that. Anyways, for Chamomile, of course, for her, we need her. She's important. We have 3 grapes. Only need 3. The reason we run 3 now is because, well, the fact that you don't need them as heavily anymore. That's also why you can see we run 3 oranges. They're not as, like, you just don't need them as much. But they're still very, very important, very crucial to the deck. So you need the 3 at least. Then we run a new card, 3 Twilight Regalia Hesperis? Yeah, that's how you say it. So when this unit's in the soul and it's put into your drop zone, your Vanguard gets the following ability until end of turn. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, retire one of your opponent's rear guards. Which is really, really strong. Especially when you Soul Blast 3, because you need columns, and you can spare that soul. So you Soul Blast 3 to gain plus 5k. Now, both times you attack, you get to retire something. So you basically get Dauntless Reverse effect there. Even then, even just the one time that Dauntless Reverse effect is crazy. And it's any rear guard. It's not a grade 1 rear guard. It's any rear guard. And you'll get extra attacks too with Chamomile, and, you know, in case you need, like, Melissa or something, and you have, like, 6 soul, just to be able to hit a rear guard, you Soul Blast 3, boom, Melissa hits, bam, done. It's kind of... there's so many different ways to play around the deck, depending on your situation. And it's also what makes it very, very strong, too. There's just so much that's good about the deck. It's Fortuna, but better. Because this deck is freaking strong as shit. So anyways, we got 3 Goddess of Trees Jupiter, your 12k beater for Regalia cards. Just 3 of them. You don't really need more than that, but the beaters are very important in this deck. You can't run any less. If you feel like you need 4, I'd say run 4. I'd say you could probably take out a grape, but Grappa, but it's debatable between Grappa and her. So, and then for your PGs, this time we have 3 Melissa. So with the lineup we have, it's a little easier to run 3 Melissa, and I will get into why in a minute. It's partially because we don't, of course, need stand triggers. We don't have stand triggers. So, like, the deck runs a little differently because of that. And it might sound weird, because it's like, when you need more Melissas then to be able to Spirit Call it. Not 100% true, because part of the reason we don't need things like that is because of Cider. Apple Witch Cider, what she does is, one place your Vanguard gets the following ability until on the next turn. Vanguard circle during your opponent's turn. Put activated sentinels and your retire rear guards into your soul instead of your drop zone. So basically, if you call her, when you call this, you put it into the soul. And you can have the same thing happen with, of course, Melissa. But the fact is, you keep getting her into the soul, and you have Jupiter as well. You could swing with Jupiter, not boost, and then Superior Call it Chamomile. When you restand, you'll have 2 front row Chamomiles, and that's it. That's all you need, you know? You don't need the Melissas as heavily because of how the deck functions, the deck works. And I know the stand trigger part sounded confusing, but it makes some sense that you wouldn't run it, that you need less without stand triggers. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm trying to get across. It's weird. But anyways, we got 3 oranges, and then we're running one. We're running our starter. Of course, there's only one of them. You can only run 1 grade 0. Vivid Rabbit, Counterblast 1, put this unit to your soul, look at 5 cards at the top of your deck, and add grade 3 or greater card to your hand. So she soul charges 1. We don't run the new starter, the other new starter, sorry, because this, I believe she's a new starter. But with how Genesis works, you do really need, like, you need your Angelica, you need your Minerva. They're very key to the deck. Fortuna, if you just end up riding her, it's just going to be crap throughout the whole thing. And she's gonna do nothing for you as well. You need your break ride for any of them, but for Minerva, it's still huge too. And you could do without it with Minerva, but that soul blasting, the plussing is just so big because the soul blasting can net you things early on. With her, you soul blast her early on, and basically both times Minerva swings, you're good. Her soul blast 3 that I was talking about with Hesperis was more so for if you didn't get the break ride. I forgot to specify that, but yeah, it's just oh my god, there's just so much, man. I'm getting tired talking. I wanna get into a game. Let's go. Farming, huh? We'll be back, huh? Or maybe we won't if he's not farming. Alright, this is a pretty solid hand other than those two. I could just throw those two back. Like, look guys, this is a beautiful hand. We got a second one, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so, okay, looking at this hand. I guess I put those two back. Not the greatest hand. No PG. Cinnamon, interesting. Ooh, I mean, that's not terrible, actually. I don't have Chamomile, but... I don't know who to ride here. It's kind of tricky. Because I might not have much soul. Nice thing is, all these starters that move to the soul give you that nice little soul charge, you know. Interesting choice of Cinnamon though, but this might be Fortuna. Some people might not have the cards yet, right? Like I had the Minerva stuff ready right away, and the Gancelot stuff, and Ezel, but I don't have the Dauntless stuff. I have Dauntless Reverse. I have all the copies I need. I don't have all this stuff for like Novelvig. It's depressing. Alright, so because I rode you, we're gonna ride Grappa. I think. Oh! I screwed up. I should use Vivid Rabbit to search. Shit. That's another crit gone too. That's actually gonna hurt. Alright, so interesting. You're running Cinnamon in this deck. It's not a bad choice, honestly. But I think Vivid Rabbit's better. Because he gets you that Soul Blast on the turn, and you can use things like Hesperis and such like right away, and Grappa to get you more soul. Like basically, getting that Soul Blast, getting that Break Ride gets you the power that you need for the restand to make sure to hit. But wow, cheater. Okay. Oh, thank God. I meant to use Vivid Rabbit. That scared me, but it's okay. That was a misplay, because I wanted to use Vivid Rabbit, but thankfully it worked out. Here's where I wish I had Cider, so I could call her. I'm honestly just thinking maybe I just swing it face, but then I might get put into Limit Break. But I think I am going to just swing it face. Okay, good. Oranges went in there. Awesome. So good choice soul charging riding the Melissa. That's the thing. The Grappa and Grappa and Oranges, both of them, Grappa and Valencia, that's what her name is. They're both very good because like, they're really, really good because when you break ride, you get Soul Blast them, Soul Charge too, but also Soul Blast like Hesperis. And be able to have that like retiring two things, so it's really good for that reason. Also, you caught a lot there. Okay, wait, interesting. You chose that over. That's interesting. You chose that over Fortuna. That's kind of a risk because if you're not gonna have there's Minerva. Interesting deck I'm fighting. Although my hand's really bad. I have no PGs. So oh thank God. I basically have to like try to do shit. Okay, so if I break right here, I have to Soul Blast everything in here. That's the unfortunate thing. I don't know if I want to do that yet. I'll get a Soul Charge 4, at least. And I'll have to Superior Call to Melissa, which isn't bad, because I'm going to Soul Charge 4 anyways. So let's go. Let's do it. Wait, did I have the SP1 in my head? I don't know. I might have. Okay, we're going to Soul Blast 3. And we're going to add... Ooh, okay, we'll add these two to my hand then. Keep those in the deck. We're going to activate your skill. Soul Charge 2. Yes! Get her in the soul. Now, I wish I had her in the soul before. Let's go! Chamomile too. Let's fucking go. This is what I'm talking about. This is it. The big plays. We can call Valencia. She does absolutely nothing. Honestly, I think I'm just going to retire that and call Melissa. I think it's better. I think I'll call Grappa because if I can put... no, I'd probably want to rather get a Grappa into the soul. So they're going to swing. Swing. Boom. Okay, okay. That's good. Swing. Crit. Let's go. Okay, we're going to give power there. Oh my god. This is about to be terrifying. Let's go. Bad kind of start, but honestly, that has ended out really well. Okay. I'm going to drop these two. I'm going to draw two. Oh, two draws. It's okay. Okay, so we're going to activate your skill to retire that Fortuna. We're going to call Chamomile right here. And then we're going to do... Yeah, let's do it. Another Chamomile. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to swing at this point. Did that go to his soul? Oh, it's over. Doesn't matter. It's over. That's what makes Minerva terrifying. I kind of had a crappy hand. I had, like, no PGs. That's what I'm talking about. That is Minerva. That is why some people think she's a tier 1 deck. And I've been back and forth, but I never actually told you guys my answer. I think she's a tier 1 deck. Near the bottom of tier 1, of course, with, like, Lugia Reverse. Because I personally think Lugia Reverse is tier 1. Lugia Reverse is terrifying. Is amazing. You could push the opponent to 4 damage before they even hit grade 3. Or 5 damage. Like, Lugia Reverse is insane. And I don't think some people realize how insane she is. Like, she's nuts. Alright, what do we got here? Grappa, Chamomile, Cider. I could keep this hand, call Cider, and when Grappa or Chamomile get retired, they get put into the soul. And I'm kind of debating. I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. We're going to take the chance. If I don't get it, I think I will ride Grappa because she will net me some extra soul, especially if I don't get the break ride. Again. Okay. Alright. I went second as well, which is important too, because it meant, okay. Nah, Fortuna. Ugh. Yeah, Minerva is so powerful. Oh my god. Yeah, I've been back and forth on Minerva whether or not she's like tier 1 or tier 2, but I do think it's like bottom tier 1. Minerva's just so strong. And I mean, I've thought the same about Tetra as well. Okay, so Grappa in case we don't get Angelica. Now let's use this. Give me Angelica. Shit. That's not good. Okay. I'm just gonna swing. Oh, come on! Fuck you! How dare you do that to me? How did I know that was gonna happen? How did I know that was gonna happen? Okay, it's okay. We'll get to showcase what it's like if I don't get the break ride, which does kind of suck, but it's alright. It happens. Even if you don't get the break ride, these decks are really strong. They're very strong. Like, the break rides are usually very important, but, like, even without them, these decks are terrifying. The top tier decks and, like, even the high tier 2 decks are terrifying. Is that the SP one? I'm looking for the SP one. Do I have the SP one? Is it in my hand? It's not in my hand. No! I don't have the SP one. I wanted to show the SP one I have in my hand. I crafted it too. I didn't pull any Minervas. I got all my other Regalia card though. Okay, so I'm already teetering at big damage. I have 3 PGs in hand, so I think calling Fortuna is fine. But yeah, we're gonna call you. I'm just gonna play it a little safer. I don't have any boosters either, which is unfortunate. If I got a crit there, that could have put me in a decent position-ish. Decent, but bad, because it could be terrifying for me. But I have 3 PGs, so it's not, like, stupid. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, no. So now, he might be able to get 3 hits on me and pop a PG already. If I had to get no triggers, PG gets popped. Shit. Okay, this one's going really bad. There goes the PG. Oh my god. This is what I was talking about it being terrifying. Okay. I have a plan. Because I don't have a lot in Soul. We're going to rewrite Minerva. That's what we're doing. We're going to rewrite Minerva. And then I'm going to use my Soul Blast. So 1, 2, 3. Then we get the Soul Charge 2. Okay, Melissa's in there. We're going to call Chamomile and Fortuna. In case I want to rewrite Minerva again. I doubt it's going to do much, to be honest. Looking at what's in there, I don't think I'm going to get much off of it. But I will try. Okay, so we're going to swing. Swing. Honestly, crits have to save me here. But unfortunately, I've pretty much lost all my crits. I have 1 crit left in deck. See, I don't even know if it's worth it here. I discarded and like Soul Blasted to be able to do this, but I can't even do much with it. I Soul Blasted to just try to get something in Soul I needed. Like Chamomile, something, and it didn't turn out well. I had to get something there. Because I have 3 PGs and I have, like, no front rows. This game is really bad. I'm losing this one. This one's a loss. This one's a total loss. Yeah, this one's a total loss. All 4 of my PGs are gone. I basically have to try to just end it right here, right now. It doesn't matter if I ride Minerva or not. That makes 0 difference. I basically just have to try to end it. Unfortunately, I also don't have plus 5k. I think... Do I have draw triggers? Yeah, I still have quite a few draw triggers at least. Okay, that net me something. Something I didn't want in my hand. Damn, that took a fucking heal away from me. Oh, God. That's... Alright, we're gonna use our ability. I might as well. Like, I have nothing. Sure. Why not? 21k, so it doesn't really matter. Hey, buddy, do you have a PG in hand? Okay, I was gonna say, if he doesn't have a PG, I just won! Well, depends. Yeah. If you didn't have a PG, I actually just won that. Oh my god. You imagine how clutch that would have been? Holy shit. Okay, this is a bad game, though. Oh my goodness. This is a really bad game. I think I'll do one more because this one's just really, really bad. Like, it's just unfortunate after unfortunate after unfortunate. Like, I had nothing in Soul, nothing of importance in Soul other than Grappa, which couldn't net me anything important, really. Except for Melissa right there. My hand was didn't really have much to throw down, and it was hard to work with that, especially with them being so aggressive. There's nothing I could really do there. There's absolutely nothing I could do. That's just unfortunate. So we're gonna try one more. But the first game was a really good showing. Honestly, I think that first game was practically a perfect showing. Almost. Like, the hand was, if I'm not mistaken, the hand wasn't amazing, but it was good. And then it just kind of escalated after that. Like, my hand just kept getting better. And then it just, oh my god, I just destroyed with Minerva. Yeah. Alright. Melissa will go back. Damn it. That's unfortunate. I would have put Valencia back if I knew, but you don't know. You have 3 copies of each too, so it's like, oof. I have actually barely fought Great Nature. As of like, ever since Break Ride came in, I've barely seen Great Nature. Not just like, okay, that's pretty good though. Not just in terms of like seeing, like, not just in terms of playing them. That's what I'm trying to say. Not just in terms of playing against them, but also just seeing really what they could do at all. Like, I've barely seen. I think I've fought it like twice last month, and that was it. I haven't seen it before that, but like when Polaris was around, I saw it. But I see a lot of Liberators. I see a lot of Revengers. I see a lot of Kagero. I don't see a whole lot of Genesis, but Genesis is kind of expensive, partially because it's a new clan too. So, all right. So here is a debate between Chamomile and Hesperis. I think Chamomile is the better one here. I'm gonna say Chamomile is the better one. Chamomile. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That is not what I want. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I could have called Jupiter in the booster just to try to push a bit, but nah, it's fine. Oh, let's see what we can do. Another one without the break ride, unless I draw it again. Ooh, he has to ride his heel. That sucks. Alright, we're both going to be without break ride then. Because I'm guessing he's using the break ride version. I mean, Polaris is heel, so he's got to be. Pretty sure I even saw it. Oh no, I didn't. I thought I did. Thought I saw the break ride, but might be seeing things. Alright, 4 damage already. Yay. Yeah, I was concerned that would happen. Okay, is this the SP1? Is that the SP1? No. I don't see the SP1 anywhere. That's okay. I tried. I only have 1 copy, but I figured without the 3 throughout like the 2-3 games, throughout 3 games, I'd be able to get at least 1 time. Okay, so I have soul charging in there. I don't have any Ciders in my hand. So I can't like call things and expect them to be put into the soul. But I need to stop the aggression, especially because I could crit him. Do I want a Soul Blast? No, because Chamomile's in the soul right now. And I don't really have like a booster for it. I could have soul blasted, but I should have done it before. I think I just swing. I don't think I use limit break this turn. It depends. Let's see how this attack goes. That'll... Okay. This'll decide what I do. Oh. This is... I want to, but I think it might be better if I don't. Like, what do I have in soul again? Soul. Okay. What I can do, I would have to drop these two. Alright, we're going to do it. We're going to drop these two. I could reride Minerva next turn. Her ability activates. Soul Charge 2. Yes, Chamomile back in Soul. And we're going to invoke her skill. Just to get the Spear Call. It's not really for anything, in fact. I could get double trigger. I don't know. How many triggers do I have left in deck? Actually, I have quite a bit. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're going to take the risk. I'm going to call it, because I could get like a double trigger here. Nah, I didn't think so. I should have just called it behind Hesperis. That's what I was... No! I was considering calling it behind like Hesperis. And just saving it for next turn. Just having that front row ready for next turn. That's what I should have done, because I'm going to survive this turn. I have 2 PGs and I have 2 intercepts. Like, I'm okay. That was my mistake. It could cost me, actually. Some of these situations, I'm always like, I'm never 100% sure. And I always think to myself, ooh, is this bad? Or can I do something like this? Like, what's the best option here, you know? Okay, he's not limit breaking here either. Or is it after he hits? No, it's when he attacks a Vanguard. Okay. There goes that crit. Okay, so now my soul has 2. We're going to ride Minerva and get my 3rd soul. Boom. Easy. Little low on time, so let's move along with that. Then we'll retire Angelica in a minute. Good, good, good. Or should I give power to the back row? That's fine. Unfortunately, I have to drop a PG here, but I get an intercept out of it, so I guess either way it works, you know? It's tricky. This is a really tricky situation, and I was a little tight on time because I waited too long, so I didn't want to... We're going to Soul Charge 2, or attempt to. Thank you. I probably didn't need the booster behind. I probably could have called it behind Angelica and gotten the extra swing. But, oh my god, but that came to my rescue. That came to my rescue. Okay, that was my fuck up. That was my fuck up. My fuck up was calling Valencia behind Vanguard because for a split second there I forgot she goes to 21k when she gets like that plus 10k when she restands. Or was it plus 5k? I think it's plus 5k actually. I don't think it's plus 10k. Let me double check. Hold on. Because I read it out. Like, it's something that, because of Revengers, I'm used to how, like, the Revenger restand works and everything. And because Revengers is the one I played. So to me, it just feels weird that, like, oh, I'm not, like, writing another copy, so she's not going to get power. No, she gains plus 5k. It says right here. So I could have had Valencia behind the other column. Of course, I would need a trigger to hit the second time, but it would have been better because I would have only had to bank on one trigger for Minerva to hit and pop the Sentinel, rather than calling Valencia behind Minerva, and now I have to bank on 2 triggers. Thankfully, that actually soul charging with Valencia thinned out my deck a lot more, which is very important too. It thinned out my deck a lot more, and I was able to hit. That's what the SB looks like, by the way. freaking gorgeous. But that's what Valencia did. It thinned out my deck a little more, and I was able to get like that double trigger because I actually had a lot of draw triggers left in deck. I had a couple heal triggers left in deck. I didn't really have any. I think I had like one crit, or I had no crit. No, I had Fortuna, I think. Yeah, I think I had Fortuna left in deck, but yeah, it's a bit of misplay. A few misplays, a couple misplays on my part during this deck and fight. The first game went beautifully. I don't think I misplayed anything, but that last game I misplayed something, but it was okay. It turned out well, and I think the one before I misplayed, but like I was in such a bad situation, couldn't do much about it. But that has been the deck. As I said, like just a really strong deck. Like this deck is just really, really strong. This is like, look at that. I had such a disadvantage. I was in a bit of a bad spot, and I came back out of nowhere and just slapped him silly. But thankfully I only had one PG in hand, and of course he was in a weaker spot himself. He had to ride Polaris. Not 100% sure why he didn't restand, but I guess he didn't really want to risk it, and it worked out. I think I drove check the critical trigger during that, so it worked out. But both of us got put in that situation, and unfortunately the better card in that situation showed. Like, as you could see, Minerva can still work very well without the break ride. The break ride makes her like insane, but without the break ride she can still work very, very well, and that's why she's so strong, is because both ways she's a really strong card, and the deck is just very strong because of it. Unfortunate that I didn't really get any Ciders though. That's just unlucky. Like, I got Valencia's and Melissa's a lot. I have the same number of cards as Cider, but I just got unlucky with that one. That's just unluckiness. So, nothing to say about that. But the deck build's really, really good. The deck's crazy strong, and Minerva's just a very good deck. And I was on a little bit of a Liberator craze, I will say. So, as much as I was hyped for Minerva, I have played her quite a few times, and I've understood the deck. But in situations like what happened last game, that little misplay was just from, oh, maybe I should have played a little more before trying. But at the same time, honestly, this is the best place for me to learn those little things, because it also shows you guys what not to do. And I can tell you guys, hey, don't do this. I misplayed. Don't do this. I made it. I won. Don't do this, though. Alright, well, that is going to be it for the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time for the next deck profile.